But this next sport is, how would you describe it, Alan?
So it's Thai boxing, so it's Muay Thai. So you're doing knees, elbows, kicks, sweeps, punches.
Now, why don't these guys' shins break as often as they should?
That's a good question. I
right?
Because
they check kicks in this shit too, right?
Yeah, but I think a lot of it is probably like diet.
Oh, really?
Maybe they just have harder shins or something like that. Maybe it comes down to the shin conditioning or something like that, but there's not a lot of science behind shin conditioning.
Yeah, so you're saying Conor McGregor's shins are pussy shins.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know. If I had to guess, probably the shin thing has to come down to, like,
them just doing
they don't throw as hard because they're always fighting.
Gotcha.
Like, so in Thai boxing, you probably fight once a week.
Okay.
Things like that. So that's how these guys rack up like 150 to 20 records and things like that. But yeah, so if you're doing Thai boxing,
you try weed boxing in Thailand.
Weed boxing in Thailand.
Yeah, so you take a bong hit.
Fighters have to choose between doing a hit from a bong each or sharing a joint until it's done.
That's cool. Sharing a joint till it's done.
Yeah,
would you pick
smoke
that
with your opponent real quick?
I'd pick that if he was down.
Well, what was the other option? A bong hit?
Yeah, bong hit each.
I'd do the bong hit.
Fighters have to choose between doing a hit from a bong each or sharing a joint until
a bong hit versus a joint?
Yeah, a joint's going to be more in the spirit of the event.
But it's also going to be like 7 times more hits.
Exactly. I feel like taking a bong hit is more like, oh, I took a bong hit and then I'll get instantly sober through this workout. Because
maybe.
I feel the level of THC would be greatly, like you'd take in so much oxygen you might lose your buzz. You would definitely lose your buzz a lot quicker than if you had more prolonged exposure to like a joint, you know?
Yeah, perhaps.
I don't know how that works, but
I've definitely taken an edible before, like a kickboxing workout.
Now,
and then like 35 minutes into the class, like they're having us do squats in between reps of stuff, and it's just like, oh, fuck. You just feel the equilibrium in your brain shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, that's the other thing is maybe I would prefer edibles, given the choice between smoking before cardiovascular and just doing edibles.
But I think that's also part of the game is like you're not going to be at your fullest.
You know what I did the other day, Alan? I ran sober. Oh, my fucking God. I know, right? But these guys, I think this is pretty fucking cool. At first I was kind of, but now I'm like, no, I fucking like this idea. Do you like it?
Yeah, I think it's a great fucking idea.
They warmed up on the beach and fought in a boxing ring overlooking the sea.
That's another thing real quick, if we could pause it real quick. Do you like to, isn't it great to get that nice fucking lather up, dude? Work up a nice little sweat and fucking maybe not go all out, but you know how good you feel at the beginning of workout when your heart starts to pump and your muscles start to get that extra oxygen, right?
Yeah.
Before you hit that fatigue zone, you're just like, oh man, everything
unlocks
pumping.
A little bit.
Yeah, dude.
Especially when it comes to punching, like right away when you start, you can feel your shoulders drop. Everything just comes out a little smoother.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The dream. Even Blobtang was there. If you don't know who Blobtang is,
Blobtang.
Fight Circus. Although they were high, some of these fighters brawled. I couldn't imagine fighting high, but it would definitely be a unique experience to fight here. So.
Yeah, you already have to be comfortable with fighting.
Would you step in the ring like that?
Probably not for my first fight, no.
I would do that as long as the guy knew that this was my first fight and he would like not knock me the fuck out. But
well, then there goes the fun.
Exactly, dude. Then it would be just as bad as some fucking backyard boxing league now where you see those dudes just get totally fucking knocked out, dude.
Dude, Street Beef Scrapyard is hilarious with how mismatched some of them are. Like 21-year-old roided out kid versus like a 49-year-old guy who's losing his hair.
Hey, you saw my fight?
Yeah, just crazy mismatched fights that are just unsanctioned, that most of them look like they're in the middle of the winter.
Oh, yeah. They're slipping on snow.
Yeah.
Wait. Did we see the conclusion? What happened?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't show anybody winning or anything like that?
No, I mean...
It was just more about the celebration of the event.
Yeah. Well, I can see if there's anything else on YouTube, but there's probably...
That's all right. What was the other thing you were bringing up was...
here's a clip. Sorry.
No. Good job, man.
So this is after those dudes smoked. So it's Thai boxing. You're just baked. Nice.
I know, right? 3 consecutive lefts. Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Ooh. Now they're trading some punches, and those are some hard punches, right?
And they're big dudes too.
Yeah, dude. Would you guess that guy's 185?
I mean, it's not exactly they're hard punches. They're just letting them. They're just snapping them out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because these dudes have punching power, but they're not going to put all into it.
Oh. Not much blocking, huh?
When it comes to blocking in Muay Thai, you're better off just like redirecting a shot.
Oh, left, and he puts him on his back. Boom.
Sweet.
Oh, man. That guy's going to need a joint afterwards, too.
A little smoke comes out of his mouth.
Don't you love that when you smoke and then you burp? Like a minute or two later, 5 minutes later, sometimes a little puff of smoke comes out. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, man.
That actually happens? I remember the first few times I was
I'm
blown
Koopa
away.
over here.
I mean, we can try weed boxing if you want. I mean,
do that. Why not? Do you think the guy who did the deadly finger technique, do you think he came up with that when he was high or when he was horny?
maybe a little bit of both.
Because we've like these martial artists who are
Self-defense gurus.
very powerful.
Yeah, like
and
there's all these energy guys who, someone tries to chop at them, and then they just go, whoa, and then they like fall over.
How Dukin!
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's good to see that there's at least some like real martial arts out there.
Some guys who can do some shit that makes you go, all right.
The art is always evolving. And
Yeah.
I think this is like a prime example of that. Like it's like seeing the tornado happen in sport.
When the hell did this happen?
The tornado move with the arms.
Oh,
straight.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why I hit that sound effect is because you know when it happened? When we started talking about it.
That's right.
And then we saw a guy, probably who saw our show, who grabbed the technique, which, by the way, we haven't put out to the public. We would, but it's so dangerous that we could be sued, literally. Like, after we
don't
talked
want to take
about-
out the patent on it because we don't want the liability.
Well, after we talked about it, I was contacted by the CIA and the FBI and the DEA and the JOI, and they told me that I should really be careful about what we talk about because we could get people killed, right?
Yeah.
So, whew, it's high pressure. So I don't even know if we should show this because it's such a hardcore technique, but you could probably learn it. Oh. This guy's going to attack him, and this guy just sticks his finger straight down his throat. Now, he may have wiped his ass with that hand. So I don't know where his hand was before this. Oh, it seemed like
that one had trouble finding its way in.
That guy guided him in. He's all here. Don't you love it when they guide you in?
Did you also hear that sound it made?
Have you ever seen?
It helps if you open your mouth when I come at you.
I've said that phrase before. Have you ever seen this technique used in a class, maybe, or in an action movie, which is just as reliable?
No, but I remember my Aikido sensei telling me he'd tell me about that one later in a private lesson.
So this guy, the guy basically walks into his hand,
Mouth open.
like,
I'm gonna get you. Yeah.
This guy just walks his fingers into his mouth.
He wiggles them, obviously.
I'd like a translation on this.
You put your fingers in the throat, and that'll make him feel weird.
Oh, good. He's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, you heard that, right? It's like at the dentist when they give you that fucking mouthpiece full of the fluoride foam.
Is this
You're
now?
just
Is this some poor student? Do you think?
Yeah.
It's always some poor student, right?
It's probably the star. It's either the star pupil student or it's the student who like the teacher is sponsoring their dues. Like you don't have to pay, but you have to be in the demonstrations.
Now, do you think after taking such severe damage to his throat, this guy might need a voice box like the guy in our next video?